Hi, Mrs. Hensley's friends. We are going to read a story about George Washington, and then we are going to write about George Washington. And a little bit later, you will be drawing your self-directed drawing of George Washington like you did yesterday with Abraham Lincoln, okay? Okay, let's get started. Here we go. Let's read about George Washington by Kimberly Weinberger, illustrated by Bob Doucette. Let's read about George Washington. Here is our title page, Mrs. Hensley's friend, where it has the title and it has the author and the illustrator. Here we go. Oh, Mrs. Hensley. Okay, we're going to do it this way. George Washington was born in Virginia in 1732. At that time, Virginia was one of 13 colonies. The colonies belonged to the country of England. Young George grew up on a farm. He loved to ride horses and catch fish. George had many brothers and sisters. He looked up to his older brother, Lawrence. Lawrence was a soldier. He fought for England. George also wanted to be a soldier one day. George did not go to school. He was taught at home. George practiced his handwriting by copying rules of good manners into a book. At age 16, George went to live with Lawrence. Their farm was called Mount Vernon. George rode horses and hunted foxes. He danced at parties and practiced his good manners. He had never been happier. At age 17, George had a very important job. He measured land using special tools. The land of America was still new. People needed to know where the rivers, forests, and mountains were. George did his job very well. He loved the land. George grew into a tall, strong man. In 1753, he became a soldier. He did just what he wanted to, didn't he? Just like his brother. At that time, England and France were fighting over America. Both of these countries wanted to own this new land. George fought bravely for England. In the end, England won. Life as a soldier was very hard. George was happy when it was time to go home. But he did not go back alone. In 1759, George married Martha Custis. Martha and her 2 children moved to Mount Vernon. George spent the next 16 years working as a farmer. Then in 1775, George was called to war again. This time he would fight against England. The 13 colonies of America wanted to be free. The people asked George Washington to lead them in the war against England. George did not think he was the right man for the job, but he knew he had to try. England was a very strong country. The war went on for many years. George and his soldiers were often cold, tired and hungry, but they would not give up. With George as their leader, the colonies won their freedom in 1783. They called themselves the United States of America. Americans now had to vote for a person to lead their new country. The choice was easy. George Washington became the first president on April 30th, 1789. George Washington was a peaceful man who loved the land. He had never wanted to be a leader, but he served America both in war and in peace. As our first president, he is known as the father of our country. The end. Okay, George Washington. Okay, now I want you to think about some things that you have learned about George Washington. It can be about what we just read about George Washington now. It can be about an assignment you had during President's Week, okay? Once again, we were going to try to do Abraham Lincoln and George Washington in person, but we were unable to do that because we hadn't went back to school. So we decided that we are going to go ahead and do it. So if you remember something about the book that was read when you did George Washington, you're welcome to use one of those facts as well. So think about something you learned about George Washington today or the other day on your other assignment, okay? Now, Mrs. Hensley needs you to get your pencil. I need you to get your crayons. And I need you to get your writing page, your George Washington, our first president writing page. And if you have an eraser and you want to have your eraser just in case you need to erase, then you will need to get that as well. So, pencil, George Washington handwriting page, and an eraser and crayons. Okay, so think about one thing that you learned about George Washington. Okay, and you're going to start your sentence with he because George Washington is a man, isn't he? So we're going to start it off with he. Either you can use he or you can use George Washington. And if you need to know how to spell George Washington, it's right here. George Washington. You can just trace that right here. George Washington, and then tell me what you want to tell me. It needs to be a complete sentence, okay? So if we were doing this with Abraham Lincoln, I could say Abraham Lincoln's face is on a penny. Or I could say Abraham Lincoln always wore a tall black hat. Or I could say Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves. Okay, those are complete sentences starting with Abraham Lincoln's name. Remember, if you're starting with somebody's name, the first letter has to be uppercase. Okay, so you can start your sentence with he. Your H would be an uppercase letter because it's starting your sentence. Okay, then you would write he. We're talking about George Washington. Let's say we're talking about Abraham Lincoln. I could say he freed the slaves. Or he has his face on the penny. Okay, but we're not talking about Abraham Lincoln. Remember that. We're talking about George Washington. I'm just giving you an example, a few examples of Abraham Lincoln. Okay, so once again, you can copy this, George Washington, and then tell me about your fact that you learned, something you learned today, or when we learned about George Washington during President's Week, okay? Then if you do George Washington, the G and the W have to be uppercase because that's his first name and last name. So George Washington, whatever he did, or whatever he's famous for, or what they call him. If you need to go back and listen to the story again, you may do so, okay? So write your sentence, put a period at the end because Mrs. Hensley will be checking that. Then I need you to color the frame, okay? Color the frame, and then color George Washington right here, okay? And color neatly, and then put your name. Let's just put our name on the back. There's not a whole lot of room on the front. Put your name on the back, okay? When you're finished with your writing, you might have your parents check to see if you spelled your sight words correctly, see if you have an uppercase at the beginning of your sentence. Do you have finger spaces between every word? And do you have punctuation at the end, whether that is a period or an exclamation point? A question is also a punctuation, but we're not asking a question. You're telling me a fact about George Washington, okay? Mrs. Hensley's friends, once you're finished doing your writing and you have colored your frame and your George Washington here, I want you to click the green add response button. I want you to take a picture of your writing paper after you've completed it and then send it to Mrs. Hensley. Click that check mark button to submit your work. Then put this in your fish folder or your check me out folder so we will have it when we come back. Okay, in a little while, you will be doing a self-directed drawing of George Washington. I'm sorry. Okay. I hope you guys have a wonderful Thursday, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, friends.